Last week we talked about becoming the author of your next chapter. Okay, so today we want to talk about designing your financial future. Please, if you don't have Bible on your phone, then your kind of Christianity is questioned. So open your Bible to Ezekiel chapter 11. If you are in King James Version, tell me read from 1 to 4. I will read from Ezekiel chapter 11, 1 to 4, please.
Moreover, the Spirit lifted me up and brought me unto the east gate of the Lord's house, which looketh to eastward. And behold, at the door of the gate 25 men, among whom I saw Jazaniah the son of Azor, and Pelatiah the son of Benaniah, princes of the people. Verse 2. Then said he unto me, Son of man, these are the men that devise mischief and give wicked counsel in this city.
How many were the men? Wait first, Felix, don't answer. Let me even know whether the people are listening. By verse 2 of that particular chapter, it mentioned numbers of men that were at the gate. How many? Okay, Ezekiel 11. Now you are ready now. So we're going to read again. See, these are to catch students that were not listening. Ezekiel 11, 1 to 4. We are not joking. This is what we tell. So, Mr. Felix, please can you read again? Yes. They were not listening before, so let's read it again.
Moreover, the Spirit lifted me up and brought me unto the east gate of the Lord's house, which looketh eastward. And behold, at the door of the gate 25 men, among whom I saw Jazaniah, the son of Azur, and Pelatiah, the son of Benaiah, princes of the people. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these are the men that devise mischief and give wicked counsel in this city. Verse 3. We say, it is not near. Let us build houses. This city is the Sidon, is the Cardon, and we eat the flesh. Verse 4, the last verse. Therefore, prophesy against them, prophecy, O son of man.
All right. How many men were at the gates? Only that person got it. Others are still thinking. 25 men. He said 5 and 20. You know, King James. King James will take it from behind. 25 men. What were they doing? They were the one that were causing what? Mischief. Okay, let's use it like today's language. Wahala. I like that one. Wahala and wicked what? Cancer. So, I want to discuss something here. This shows to us that nothing just happened in life. Everything, every occurrence that you see today in our world, there are men that stand by the gates. Some of them are called the watchmen. Now, they are there to determine what happened during the day. And most of the time, these things are carried out in the night. Are you with me?
Yes.
There are men that must go to graveyard by 2 a.m. to determine the happenings in the day. The trouble we always have all the time, especially with the believers, is that why different men are consulting whatever they are consulting to cause wahala in the marketplace, to cause mischief, and give wicked counsel. The believer is sleeping. He's taking it lightly. Somebody who took his time to go to the graveyard, for example, to consult some powers, and you know it's an unclean power, to come to the same market with you to compete, How do you think you are going to win over that person in the marketplace while you were snoring and you were doing nothing about your spiritual matters concerning the marketplace? Because as far as you are concerned, the marketplace is just a normal thing. It's just for buying and selling. You don't know there are fundamental powers that controls every market you've seen around the world. That nothing just happens. Everything that happens, there are men behind it, designing the future. Remember, there was a time that our world was so slow. And the men, and most men didn't know the world was slow. There was a time you could travel from your village to Lagos, only to get to Lagos, and the person you went to see was not available. It was the era of blindness that we didn't know we were blind. We didn't know the world was slow for us. For the 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 90s, the world was so slow, but we know it is not. Until GSM came, and the world now became so fast that the children born in this generation will definitely have no idea of the world that we were born into. All right? It's almost unimaginable for us to snap our food when we are eating in the 70s and in the 80s. It's something that should not even be here. You don't even want to imagine it. And you never knew that it was coming. That's almost weird for you to see children doing that. You think they are not busy. No, they are very busy. That is the world they know now. They don't know that your world that was so slow and analog. Now, what caused the changes? Because certain men, while the 25 men were designing mischiefs, some other men were designing something that could make the world better and be a better place. So nothing just happened in our world. Everything that happens is being prepared and designed by men. My only challenge with you is that, are you also designing your future? Are you rewriting the chapters of your life, especially your financial life? Because there will always be men like this who will cause wahala where? In the marketplace. And that is the number one place that they like to carry this thing out. Now put it down this place. The world has changed and still changing. But the intentional human beings are the ones responsible for these changes. Are you getting that now? The world has changed and it's still changing. And the reason it's still changing because intentional human beings are intentionally carrying out some things, deep thinking to make sure this change happens. And you know what? The next 5 years is going to actually determine what will happen to you in the next 30 years. Why the next 5 years so important? Because it's going to be an end of a generation that started in year 2000. I started hearing 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. In 5 years' time, to be 2013, and that will end an era of the 20s. That is going to be now 2030. Another generation is starting, and between that time for the next 30 years, a lot of us here will be so old. If you are 60 now, you'll be 90. If you are 30 now, you'll be 70. So 60. Just imagine how you'll be looking at that time. So the next 5 years is the time for you to redesign your financial life. Because the upper 30 years, you are not going to be this very strong to run the way you are running now. So it's going to be resting on that. So if you don't take your financial life serious and design a future, taking advantage of programs like this that has the ability to earn you money in the next 10 years, 20 years, in fact, this was designed for 70 years. 77 years. Because this time you are like a machine and you will not ever, you are not going to be this strong all your life. And the biggest mistake you can make is to think that, don't worry, I'm still fine. I am saying the next 5 years is going to determine so much what will happen in the next 30 years of your life. Because a close is coming to a generation by 2030. And the earlier you understand this, the better. Number one thing I want us to look at also financial evaluation. Financial self-evaluation. While we are designing our future, self-evaluation. I said this is the difference between Number one. This is my writing. That's why I can be like Dr. Now. At times I'll be trying to even see it also. Anyway, so this is the difference between the jungle, that is the animal kingdom, and the king, and the city, which is the kingdom of men. Now, what I'm trying to put in this place is that it has not come to the realization of the lion to shave his beard because of the lack of what? Self-evaluation. It's not in the animal's kingdom's advantage to be able to change a whole lot of things. Every animal in the kingdom is naked. Just once upon a time, all humans were also what? Naked. But the human have a higher intelligence according to biology, that they're able to do evaluation of themselves and say, hey, we can be better than this. And that's what gave birth to almost everything that you see today in our world. Someone once said that a life not examined is not worth living. So most of the time, the reason why we go through financial stress for a longer period of time is because we don't evaluate our financial life. And the Bible says, who is as deaf but the one I've sent? Who is as blind but my messenger? It says, seeing many things but observed it not. That means so many things are going wrong with your finances, and here you are doing nothing about it. You are just working in assumption. You are supposed to do what? Self-evaluation. At that time, I come to a party and say, hey, what is happening here? This is not how I plan my life. What is going this way, going this way? That is only where you can cause changes. Because unknown to you, there are evil men, 25 of them, who carry out mischief. They design what happens during the day. And that affects you because you also play in the economies of the world. Are you getting that? So you must take it very serious. Certain things are not working well. Hey, stop and ask yourself, what is going on here? If I think there is even a comedy phrase like that, what is going on here? I don't know about that statement. Okay, be like that macaroni voice. What is going on here? Yes, life should come to a level where you ask yourself, what is going on here? This shouldn't be, because this is not what you prayed for. My man used to tell me those days that nobody came to this was in and sand, they won't chop. Life happens. So now I'm saying, whatever happens in life, if you can do self-evaluation part time, you'll be able to change it. Let me tell you something about income. Your income cannot change better than this if you don't introduce something new into it. Because whatever you are earning now, there are things you already put on ground that is bringing that money. And it's not just suddenly going to multiply, except you do something different. Are we getting it now? That's why salary people cannot go beyond that. Because your employer will not increase your salary just because your wife gave birth to twins. No, it will change it. It's still going to be the same amount will pay you. The worst you can do is to give you something. Be angry, wicked employer. No, the agreement is to pay you 100,000 naira. If you like, go and marry 2 wives. We'll still pay you 100,000 naira. You want to feed those 2 wives? Then do something about your finances under what? Self-evaluation. Otherwise, you remain like that. You complain, doesn't change anything. I've been teaching this thing for as much as I can remember. That is not the responsibility of an employer to make you wealthy. You can be wealthy as an employee under a company if you will follow some of these things to run your life. Are we together now? So, I said this is the reason animals don't shave and rub body cream. Because it's not in them to do self-what? Evaluation. Because the act of reasoning is God's gift for the miraculous. Alright? Where is that phone place? We don't want anything. Which will ring in somebody's bag? Because we are not seeing them here. Alright. Number 2. Now let's look at the difference between academics and education. Yes, number 2. And education. Somebody's phone, if the person doesn't know it's his phone. That's what discussing that. So check your phones, please. No, we've already stopped that one there. In somebody's phone, just check. I talk. You are picking, please cut it, Oga. We're in the meeting. Mm. Oga, that's not enough. All right, now I put it in this place. Academic is what you were taught, while education is what you taught, you teach yourself. Now, one of the things that we don't know about academics also is that it comes with curriculum, and whoever designed that curriculum is among the 25 men that design mischief or good. Are you with me? Everyone that designed a curriculum has an agenda. In fact, the agenda, inside the agenda is also the style of dressing that goes with that curriculum. Are you getting that now? And what that simply means that a limitation is also put on that for you to know that you can't go beyond this except you do self-evaluation and do something differently. In fact, the person designing into it for you to be called by that training that you have gone through. So we call you engineer. And in fact, you won't get angry if they don't add engineer to your name, because you feel that you have actually you have done what they asked you to do within the curriculum. That is academic. Or doctor. The doctor has been so bastardized right now that those who actually study PhD have PhD to their destiny. Also, is no longer using just doctor. Really, someone a PhD, so that you know the difference between this one and the one they gave to you. So we actually enjoy that. It's a curriculum designed by some of these men, and the limitation is also placed on such things. So anything different from that has to be you. So that is where you now begin to teach yourself education. And it's always very slim, those who actually engage in that. That's why everywhere in the world, you will never have educational events bigger than musical events. It will never happen. Because those who actually cause changes, who have done all of those things, are always very few, who are ready to go extra mile to educate themselves and change our world. Now, education is the ability of the human spirit and soul to do these 4 things. There are 4 things basically that education helps you to get done. Now, let's quickly check out these 4 things. So, education helps you to experience your world. You have an experience, and they say experience is the best teacher. You've ever heard that? Experience your world. Nobody can experience this for you. Whether you decide to listen to instruction or not, it will get to a level where you also have your own personal experience that you begin to share with people. Okay? So you must have this. What education does also is to question it deep enough that your experience helps you to question it. Unfortunately, most people don't question their experience deep enough. We don't question our experiences. It's always easier for us to shift blame. It's the reason for our financial errors and financial downfall. We're not doing really well. The reason we are not doing well is because there's one uncle in the village among these 25 men who carry out mischief. Yeah, even as true as that, you have to understand that your ability to question your experiences will help you to get out of the mess that you found yourself. But if you refuse to question it, number 1, experience your world, your own experience. Experience your world. And the 3rd one, why you question it deep enough to find the options that exist in it. Now, by questioning this, it helps you to what? To find the options, the way out. The options in it. If you can question your experience deep enough, This is what education actually helps you to do. This is not what you were taught in school. Now you drop all of those things. You begin to dip into your spirit. All right, these are the things animals cannot do. Okay, so what's happened? You put in the front. You put the one that's taking last class. Which one is that? Let's get it. Listen to the one I'm saying. The one I'm writing, my daughter writing, I don't get it. Experience your words, sorry, sir. To question it deep enough and to find options in it. As you begin to question it the way out, then begin to find options. These are the things that will bail you out. See, one of the things I've ever heard from one of my mentors is that to be brutally honest to myself. Say, be brutally honest at all times to yourself. So by questioning your experiences, you become honest. And if you refuse to be honest, then you will shift the blame, and that's where you will remain in that trouble until Jesus comes. Because once you are able to give a reason outside yourself why you are where you are financially, I can tell you the case has closed. That's why it's easy for us to say it's the devil. Yeah, people mess up and say it's the devil. Because once we do that, what we don't know is that we have actually locked the ability to go into our soul and search things out and find a solution to that. Because we have already given the reason for our failures. So when a child tells the dad, oh, the reason I failed because the teacher was asking me out and I refused to date him, and that's it. We are not saying there could not be elements of truth in some of those things, but they are not always all cases. Okay? So there's a level of brilliance you also demonstrate in class that even the lecturer knows he cannot do anything shit around you. Because everybody will question it that not this particular student. Even the jam that got messed up, I saw one particular father talking on the TV and he was saying they should bring camera and set that same exam for the daughter. Let the daughter write it at the watch of everyone that he can tell you that the daughter will pass it. That was the father boasting of the daughter. He said they should bring camera. This one is not. Is it not jump exam? Set it, let's see. Let my daughter write it. So not everybody you can fail just because you want to set the person up. Now to find option that is it in it, and number 4, and to know which of these options to embrace as a matter of supreme importance and urgency. Okay? You must mark that one now. Number 4, I think I'll just put supreme importance here. And what's urgency? Because not everything that's important that needs urgent attention. Number 4, to know which of these options. Now the option you have been able to dig out from your spirit now as a matter of supreme importance and urgency. This will not determine which one do I answer first, which one do I address first, which one do I handle first. We'll be drawing to a close here now. This is something that also we must do. Number 3 now. Remember this other one we gave just the sub. Number 3. Be the Mr. President. Mr. President of your financial republic. Yes. Because there's no nation where people don't succeed, people don't fail, irrespective of the government that they practice, whether democracy or monarchy or whatever it is, whether good government or bad government. In the midst of this, people prosper. Are we together? So, in your own country that I call financial republic, I'm saying be the Mr. President of that republic, make the rules, make the policies, and live with them. One of the things that I heard from Brian Tracy many years ago that has actually helped me also is that he said when people disrespect you, do not get angry with the people. He said, get angry with your result, with your situation. He said, once your situation change, he said, all of them also will change towards you. So it's difficult for me to tell you that I'm having somebody in my heart that I will not forgive. I've heard those statements from people. I don't know where they get it. If I can never forgive, I'll just be wondering. Your heart should be too busy with your own goals. I'm telling the truth. This is not preaching. This is your life. If you have anything to assess my heart, sincerely to God who made me, I have nobody in my heart that I cannot forgive. In fact, they are forgiving before they do what they want to do. You know, scripture is too sweet, oh. It says, bitter water and sweet water do not proceed from the same fountain. If you know what that means, how can your heart be so evil like that, so dangerous, and at the same time want some good to come out from it? You are wasting your time. You are killing your time. Time is of essence. All right? My bishop told me you don't need eternity to fulfill destiny. You don't have, not that you don't need it. You don't have eternity to fulfill destiny. Can't you see time is of essence? So imagine you are not keeping somebody in that your heart. This place they are supposed to proceed what? Good things to better your life and the world. Every day, this person never. Okay, now you will soon tire. All right. So maybe the Mr. President of your own republic, your financial republic. Don't joke with that. Nobody will solve it for you. No matter how much they dash you, you need to understand how this thing works. So let them give you 100 million. If you don't have what you are doing intentionally, forget it, my brother. It's a matter of time. So under this number 3, design the plans with a short-term and long-term goals. So, you know, one thing I've noticed about failures, all their goals are long-term. It's just to give room for excuse, nothing else. Don't forget that I go make them for this life. No, that one does not even have goals, limitless. You don't even know when you will make it. All right? Now, don't just have long-term goal. As good as that, it's good to prophesy to your future. We're going to be great, fine. But in the next 6 months, what do you want to achieve? This week, I wanted to achieve $1,000. At least I got $240. And this week, I'm setting another goal. I will get it. Because you know what that helps you to do? It helps you to make calls. Chief, how many times I sent you this meeting today? Up to 3 times. Even yesterday, I still sent you a reminder. We meet at the gym every day. Even if you just want to watch, Chief, start today. Oh. I know everybody is busy. Madam Helen, did I do the same to you? Madam T, I did the same to you. Even this morning, I don't chat both of you. Where are you? How many of you did that? How many of you even remember to invite anybody? You didn't. If not, this will be filled up. After the people I followed, at least one people are here for the first time, maybe second time. Why? Short-term goals. I am the Mr. President of my financial republic. I know so. And nothing just changed in this world because there are 25 men who design mischief or good. You must be aware of this. Don't ever let that scripture leave you. You think everybody sleeps like you? No, sir. No, sir. That's why even in politics, those lazy politicians, they will win by 7 p.m. By 2 a.m. is of turn because there are men that must gather to preside over who rules. And by 7 a.m. the following morning, they are not different. And they can get BP for that. And if you get stroke, that is his business. They have moved on because the decision was decided by 2 a.m. while he was sleeping. Men designing the mischief and whatever happens during the day. You must get used to this, that life is essentially spiritual. No matter how logical we want to be concerning events, if you miss this place as a believer, I'm telling you, you struggle for too long. That life is spiritual and nothing just happens. Don't ever you make that mistake. Even your God is so mysterious that you don't even know the form of shape that it takes. Even the God that you know yourself. If he shows up in his glory, you will melt. So that shows you nothing is just logical about life. It's more than that. So don't joke with that. All right. Number 2, that is 3A now. This is another statement that changed my life for a long time, that up till now I struggle to sleep for long because of the way I practice so many of these things. I heard this statement from Mike Munder. He said, what successful men do daily is what failures do occasionally. What successful men do daily. B. Put it as B. So just a note below, just a nugget there. What successful men do daily is what failures do occasionally. Because you have heard this teaching now, you know the way failures will behave. They'll make sure this night maybe they wake up to pray or they wake up to study. It's the beginning of it. But tomorrow they will forget. But a winner will make it a practice. Because you understand the daily impact of whatever you're doing. Now, a failure approach is that he will spend 2 hours tonight to pray. And he knows he cannot maintain that 2 hours every night. Then the following day, he stops. Before you know, and if you miss 2 days, you will not be able to start again. So what a wise man does is that he could just spend just 20 minutes in doing the prayer or in doing the study, and tomorrow it's easy to repeat another 20 minutes. Before you know, it becomes a lifestyle. If you can do it for 30 days, it becomes a habit. So what successful men do daily is what failures do occasionally. So failures just jump into it, let's do it. The same here we will do now. After that, they stop. That's why you say meeting like you can come this Saturday, and we are not sure whether you come next Saturday. Why? It has not become a practice with you. But to some of us, it's like bread that we breathe. We can't live without it. All right? Just the same way you get up from your bed, the first thing that comes out is thank you, Jesus. You just, or you, some of you that speak it, speak tongues, or use whatever word you want to use before you even touch your phone. But some of you know that is once in a while because you dream one bad dream, because the men of mischief attack you in the night. That is where you must not pray. You see your approach now. What successful men do daily is what failures do what? Occasionally. So number 3C now. Do daily what brings you closer to your financial goals. Every day, take a step. Don't you make that mistake. You are into network marketing. You are not talking to anybody. No, now. There is no way you can get it done. Every day, call somebody. Send a message to somebody. You know. Get your upline involved in the conference call. You don't know what to say to this prospect. Let your upline know I'll be calling you so time because there's a prospect you need to join me to talk to. Simple as ABCD. All right? Do daily what brings you closer to your financial goals. If you are not doing that, forget financial miracle. I can guarantee you that. If they like, let somebody give 200 million, it will finish because you don't even have plans. You have no business you are used to. That money it will just go under. You are not the first to be giving such money. We have too many scenarios like that around the world. Those who win coupon, they just go under. My brother told me of somebody that won coupon in my state, my town, many years ago. And one of the big billionaires, if not the number one billionaire those days, who had filling stations around this country. This young man went to, okay, was it my brother that told me it was, were you the one? Okay. You see, they were not telling you story. This, you know, they mentioned the person name. He went to buy fuel, and those times when they're having fuel scarcity, so for whatever reason they were shouting. And this young man, because he just won, how much was it? 1 million naira? In the 80s. And he carried her like this and slapped the owner of the filling station, who is a billionaire. It's laugh. You know how people get on body. Who be you? I'm talking, you are talking. Don't you know how much I wanted today? Is that kind of mindset. He tore. The advanced man look at this small boy. You don't find that back. You know he's far bigger. He picked the guy. I think he took her to court.
No, he first asked who is he? They say one guy in Campbell.
Okay.
So I'm they say, okay, let's arrest him. Take the money.
Erecting straight away. We are not joking, no. Okay. Alaji, like this slapping Alaji like slapping my cheek like this. Wait, this is more comment than you. Money. He sharp pass the gogoro. He told her, okay, as he don't find out about her feeling, because they wonder. You know, if somebody who is like, you be billionaire for your time, everybody knows you. This billionaire club, Donald Trump says is the club of the few. When did this one join a club that I'm not aware of? Okay, let me make inquiry first. They don't come to say this boy passed me. They say one gap. And every billionaire understand that. What is gamble? Okay, pick him up. They should not beat him. Let it be spending. Let me be spending. Let's know where you go reach. Now you take on to Papa. Money finish. When the money finish, he said they should release him. Nothing like, you know, do amenities. Let him be selling to be doing court case. After the money finish, they leave him alone. You know what, bitter? They should release him. There's no problem. He should go back to his house. So next time, that hand go help you to slap him below. So please understand how money works so that you respect the whole process. Now, the last point on this is D. Yes, thanks so much. I like the way you are following. Thank you. When people will do well in life, you know they have. Have a budget for your personal investment, both in you and for you. What that simply means on this, invest in training. Now, this training we are running for free. It doesn't mean you should stop here. If you find any training that will help you, even if they are paying for it, please pay. Just invest in yourself. Because most of the time, what happens is that we invest in businesses. Some of those businesses, we don't even have enough knowledge about them. All right? You are investing into real estate. You don't even know how to flip properties. All you just know is that any house you build now, at least I have a property that I have tenants there. One particular one, 10 tenants in a particular compound. They can only give me less than maybe 6 or 7 million in a year. Imagine if I build that thing to sustain my life. That is already failure there. In that same property, I convert it to apartments. It will give me no less than 10 million almost every month. Are you seeing the difference now? One will give you less than 7 million in 1 year. The other one could give you that same amount in a matter of 1 month. So every industry you want to play your financial game, please invest in it. Don't just invest in the property, invest in yourself. Have you written that down? Have a budget for your personal investment, both in you and for you. Are you getting that now? Both in you and for you. Jim Rohn said, work on yourself more than you work on your job. Okay? So the reason why those who actually work for corporation employees also complain that they don't increase their salary, no promotion and all that, because one thing they don't understand, they've not come to understand the difference between working for a job and working on yourself. You'll be working for 10 years, they'll be paying you salary consistently. You have not even gone for any certification for any other thing, and you want them to promote you. Before you know, say, then my boss is too wicked. No, you are the one that don't understand life. Nothing just happens. Nobody gives you anything on the platter of gold. Everything goes for something. All right? Everything goes for. You have to understand that formula. People don't love you like that to just dash you money. You must bring something to the table. All right? It happens in business. It happens in life. Final submission. The abundance of foolishness is what makes the scarcity of wisdom valuable. You know why wisdom is so valuable and looks so beautiful? It's because too many people are stupid. So when there is too much darkness, even candle light will make a lot of difference. Are you with me? So the abundance of foolishness is what makes the scarcity of wisdom what? So valuable. So why don't you belong to that club where you become so valuable to the marketplace, become valuable to your community, that when people speak with you, they want to even invest in you because they know that money will not be wasted. All right? The biggest gift you can require from any man is the gift of access. The ability to call, knowing that this person will pick. You have access to governor, you have access to president, you have access to whatever personality in any industry. It's not their money that is your biggest chance. Your biggest gift is that access.